Okay, Shalom, Yahweh Shemshai, Baruch Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shema Al-Than, Shema Shai to the sisters. And mind you, I see a lot of people get this wrong all the time. When you say to the sisters, it's a son, right? When you're saying two sisters, right? It is a son. All right. You can just AC here. It's not good. Okay, right? So sisters is a son, right? When the sisters are saying to the brothers, or when the brothers are saying it to the brothers, right? Okay, I want to take a picture of this, right? Let me put the brothers on top for people out there that can say, yo, why you put the sisters above the brothers for? It doesn't mean nothing, it's just a board, right? It's just teaching a lesson to just learn the lessons, alright? A thumb for the brothers when you're saying two of the brothers. Alright? Right, so it doesn't matter the greeting, whether it be Yahweh Shema Shabbat, so it only be to the brothers, but Yahweh Shema Al-Than Shema Shai goes between the two genders. Right? So when the sisters are saying it to the brothers, the sisters have to say Atham. Yahweh Shema Al-Atham Shema Shai. When the brothers are saying it to the sisters, they have to say Yahweh Shema Al-Athan. Athan Shema Shai, right? They have to say that. All right, you cannot cross or interchange that. It's improper. What you're doing is that you're mixing up somebody's gender in your talk. All right. And that's something that you don't want to do. You see what I'm saying? The Lord don't believe in no transsexualism or no cross-gender business or nothing like that. All right.
Right.
All right. So try to get the brothers' genders right. When you're saying the you, the yous will be these. All right. This is the you. This is the you plural. The you plural. The you plural. Right. Also known as the y'all. Right. Also known as the y'all. I'm just telling you what it is. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So y'all take a screenshot of that. Put it where it needs to be sent to. You know what I mean? Wherever it needs to go. All right. I'm gonna do the same. Okay. Also, we welcome any questions online. If anybody got any questions, please feel free to type in on the YouTube chat. As we know that today is the Hebrew class, Lashawan Qadash Hebrew class, because it's a Friday. We teach Hebrews on a Friday. All right. I know some people out there will have some sincere, genuine questions about the school, right? Today is not the day for that, but somebody will, throw it in there, just ignorant of the topic of the class, and they'll just ask it, and we might answer it. All right, but we want to focus on the Hebrew, as that is our focus and our goal in getting out of slavery, becoming free of the people. We gotta know who we are. If I could get Nehemiah 13 and 24, but we're sure. Nehemiah 13 and 24. How you feeling? You good? You're tired? We got Red Bulls in the back there, I think, right? Yeah, if you feel like you get a little tired or anything. All right. So now we got Lashawan Qadash. All right. Lashawan, the word Lashawan is based off of the word Lashan. Right? Lashan is the actual word for tongue. Right? Lashan is the actual word for tongue. Right? So what is Lashawan then? If Lashan is the word for tongue. Lashawan being the tongue. Yes, the question mark, you got it?
Lashawan is the action that the tongue does, which is speaking.
Absolutely. How do we know that?
Because when you put the Y inside the middle of a word.
When you put the what?
The Y.
This one right here?
Con.
That's right. Okay. You put the Y in there.
It's what we would call in English language a verb, to let you know that it's an action.
Right. This right here, the Y in any word, 3-letter word or 2-letter word, turns the thing into an action. All right. Example, right quick. We have the word. Everyone's familiar with the word sham, right? Sham, because you all say Baha Sham, right? Baha Sham. When you say Yahweh Baha Shem, Yahweh Shai, it's this Sham right here is what we're talking about. Ba means in, Ha means the, Sham means name. In the name, right? Sham means name. Right? Good. Now suppose I wanted to say naming. Naming. I should check the records to see if it's in there first before I go on. Right. Because I have seen a Shawam somewhere. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into concordance, right? Also, let's get a sound check. If anyone online can hear me, type 4. If you can hear me online, type 4. All right? So we go to our trusty concordance. All right? Source concordance. You buy this on Amazon, probably $12, $16. Who knows? But it's worth the money, right? And when you open up in here, right? This is like our dictionary for Hebrew words. All right. So in the back, it has all of the Hebrew words listed according to their numberings, right? And in the front, they have a index of all of the English words, right? According to the alphabetical order, right? With the concordance code, because the concordance code is a what would you call this? You go to a library, they give you a code to be a directory, all right? They got this concordance code to be a directory to the numbering of the Hebrew words in the Hebrew alphabet, right? So we want to find N, so we want to find not name, but we want to find naming. We want to see if it even exists. All right, the word naming. If that is a word that exists in the Bible, because we have name here, right? We see name right here, right? Name. They give you all of the examples where you can find the word name in English. Now we want to see if there's a naming in here, because there might not be. It might just not be a tense that was needed. All right. Okay, we got nameth. All right. We got named, past tense. Right? Named, past tense. right? We want to see how they wrote that, right? This, as you see, they got various concordance codes, meaning these are all various. These numbers represent various Hebrew words, right? You got them all over the place too. You got some in 366, 3686, 2564. We got some in 3004. We got one in 7121. So we got to see what that is, all right? Which are called by their nameth. Whose nameth are these? Okay, so nameth is actually names, all right? And I don't see naming. No naming. Naming. All right. Okay, so let's see what these named are, because named will be past tense, and if there's a past tense in there, that will give allocation that we could use a action tense in there also, and it will not be misconstrued with anything else. All right. So name. Okay, named is okay. This is Hebrew. That's the Greek stock here, right? Name is 8034. All through here, right? So you see all that right there? Is it legible? Right? All these 8034, all through right through 8034. And this is for the word name. 8034, 8034, 8034, all the way down. Same, because it represents the same Hebrew word, all right? So now if I want to look for any sort of name, right? Or not names, but the word name. If I want to look for tenses of the word name, I would have to look for numbers that are near 8034, because the Hebrew words are in its Hebrew alphabetical order. All right. So now I'm looking for named. 8034 is there. So they use the same word sham. All right. Now I'm looking for something before 8034, right? Because wab is before ma, right? So I'm looking for named. I don't want nothing too far from 8034, right? And I don't see its availability here. I only see 8034 and I see 3686. All right. I only see here again, Nemeth 8034 all the way down to here. And then there is 8386, which is, these are all New Testament scriptures when it says 3686. So that's the book of Matthew, Luke, Acts, Philemon, Revelations. So that one when they talk about 3686 is talking about the Greek. Okay. Now, when I wanted to investigate by bringing all this up was whether I could say Shawam to say naming, right? That was the whole process of what I was trying to figure out just now using the concordance. Why? Because a wa is like saying the ing, right? In according to the rules of tenses in the Hebrew. So I want to know if shawam would be naming. It might not, right? So we're going to look for shawam in the concordance. All right. So easiest thing to do, we're looking for all of the shahs. If I want to skip the shah, I go look for the 8,000s because all of the shams was in 8034, right? So let's go to our Hebrew part back here, right? And I'm in 6,000. I want to be in 8,000, right? Right? I want to be in 8,000. So we are 7989. There we go. Here's some shahs. What does it say right there? It says Sham. And by the way, this same Sham we're talking about is the name of Shem, which is one of Noah's sons, right? Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, or Japheth, right? And when Noah named his second son Shum, right? Shum meant name, meaning reputation. Like don't throw no dirt on my name, or I will exalt your name, or I will I'll give glory to your family's name. Right? Name means reputation. Reputation means your name. All right. You're gonna come. Yes.
You see the Qadash you're looking at right now. Right?
Yeah.
The second word they got, that's the Hebrew tongue, right?
The second what?
The second word, SH.
Or SHWM.
Yeah, that's the Hebrew tongue, right?
Yeah, this is probably some remember this is strong. So Strong's they would have to go according to what they know as Hebrew, which would be the Jewish man.
Right.
He's the only one that's in the world that's governing this language. So whatever they say, how you pronounce it, then that's what they're gonna put in there. You know what I mean? You can imagine the amount of money they make off this book right here.
Right.
So they just take some money, invest it in a translator, and have them sit there with some people, or maybe more than one, and then they want to get this what do you call this? This verbal kind of sounding thing, so they can put in there. So people out there who may be Christian or atheist or whoever's doing the study, say how would the Hebrew say this, right? And then they'll have the false Jewish man out there giving it, just so they can have a, it's like you go on Google and they say how do you say car, and they put KRR, KARR, or something like that. You know what I mean? Just for phonetic, sense. All right. Okay. So we have Shamir. All right. I want to see if there's a Shawam. All right. Where we at? We at Ka, Aba, Gada, Hawaza. Right. So Y before the Ka. Before this Ka too. Aba, Gada, Hawaza. Right. So here's the Was. All right. Shawag. You see, there's a Shawam. We have Shawak. Shawak. Coming up, Shawalala. Close. There we go. Shawam. All right. A primitive root to put any wise, appoint, bring, call a name. Care, cast in, change, charge, commit. Okay. This is not giving us a clear understanding of Shawam. 7761 corresponds to 7760. Command, give, lay, make, name, regarding. So I guess we can do it then. Because talk about making, you can make a name or make a regard. All right. Okay. Now here's what I need. I need some more confirmation because I'm a soldier, right? So I don't trust my mind. Unlike a lot of you fake Israelites out there that believe your mind. So we're gonna need more proof. We need confirmation. We need confirmation to see if we will be authorized to do this within the curriculum of our language given to us by the Most High in Christ, right? Is this tense allowed by the ruler of our culture, who's Yahweh Shai the Christ, all right? So we're going to go to our apps, right? And we're going to put in that concordance code, which was 7761, right? To see what comes up in the English when we put the Shawam. 7761 represents Shawam, all right? Okay, and I commanded, search has been made and found that this is the city, right? So here it's used as a command, right? Give ye now commandment, all right? So it's used as a word for give here. I don't know. Commanded. Timber is laid in the walls. I'm not sure. Now it depends on the tense of another word that it might be leaning into too, but we're gonna get there. Cyrus made a decree. So it's used as the word decree here. All right. No, it's not. It's not decree. It's used as the word made. Right? Shawam. And it's giving us the same thing: a command, give, lay, make, name, regard, or set. Okay. Go on.
So powerful because everything here says, command or made decree. And Shawam right. is rather close to Shawan, Lashawan, the talking, the speaking itself.
Okay. Absolutely. You know what I mean? La Shawam. Okay. I see where you're getting at. But okay, in that sense, what you'll be doing is you'll be isolating the La from the Shawan. Right?
Lashan is the tongue.
Yeah, and Lashan is the tongue. Right? So you want to you gotta be careful there. If you open that as a route to understanding, then you have to apply this everywhere, and we might get a little lost. So we want to stay on a path where we can be sure that we won't get lost. All right. So La Shawam will be two commands. Well, this is not Shawam. This is Shawan. Right. Now, what does Shawan mean? I don't know. Right. Because Shawan means something. Go in there and be heavy. Maybe you could. But we have to look there. So I mean, if you can look up what Shawan is, that'll be good too, because that's all education for us. All right, so we're gonna have Shawam and we got Shawan. All right, so see if you can. You got corner code on your phone, or you want the book? Okay, good. Good. It should be near there too, because it's right. I got Shawam there. After Shawam should be Shawan, because Na is next after Man in the alphabet. All right. So there is one where it says named. All right. I want to see the one where it says named. Okay. It looks like it might be in the book of Daniel. We're gonna see. Laid, make, set, regardeth. Named. There we go. So here, whom the king named Belshazzar. All right. So this is Daniel's 5 and 12. All right. Daniel 5 and 12. There was the old speaking with head priest Ariel. A wonderful speaking he had in Times Square, and he was breaking down Daniel chapter 7. You know what I mean? And I remember when he says Belshazzar, the way he yelled it out in public. You know what I mean? We love that kind of teaching, man. You know what I mean? That kind of spirit, that kind of vibe, that energy, that one West spirit, man. You know what I mean? That's where real men of the Lord sit, man. You know what I mean? So we're looking for Daniel's 5 and 12. Right? Wrong one, Slakia. There we go, 5 and 12. So now, okay, Shaka is the word for found. Is it the word for find? This is Aramaic. We're not sure, because sometimes when they say Aramaic in here, you know what I mean, it's not the common word we would use. We want the common word that we would use for find. So we're gonna ignore that one right there. All right. Ba Daniela. Daniel is Daniel in the Hebrew. Ba at the beginning means in. Right? Because they're saying that what they're trying to say is in this. They say Ba Daniel. Ba is to say Ba means in, Ha means the. In the, on Daniel, Daya. This is a bit strange. Daya whom. Usually they wouldn't say Daya, they'll say Ashar. Okay, so Daniel was in Babylon. All right. So we go into captivity, we lose our language there. Right? That's what we was gonna get that's why Officer Kwashamaf, Officer 500 Kwashamaf, that's here with me, he was holding Nehemiah 13:24 to give a whole explanation of what we're reading here and why the Hebrew is distorted when you read into the records of the prophets, even in these other kingdoms. There's different slang aligned here. There's a little bit of outside influence in the language, and that is why we like to stick to Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Judges, right? Judges, Book of Kings. You see what I'm saying? Chronicles, because the language there is more original. It's more, it was the base of the language. The scripture says to seek the old path, right? And we trying to get back to the old path, because this new path, you can't even see your kids nowadays, man, in this new path. You can't even keep your woman in this new path that you're living out here in America. You know what I mean? These new Israelite camps coming out here can't even keep a brother beside them. You know what I mean? So we don't want no new path. We want the old path. We want the path that was proven and worked. All right? So now here we go. We have named. It says Sham. It's given the concordance code 7761. For some reason, I don't know. Okay, but it says Sham, Shama. All right? So in the Hebrew, it says Sham, Shama. Named. Right? Name. Belshazzar. All right? Now, it says named, Sham, Shama. This is a black slang. This is some kind of black slang here. We always used to do this. It's like you go to a club and there ain't nothing but dudes in there, and you say, what's going on there? So they're just dudes, man. You know what I mean? There's a way that we say things where if we say the word more than once, it's a lot of it. All right? So right here, I don't exactly know what's going on right here right now, because we ain't really dived into the understanding of the context here. All right? But the English, it said, whom the king named Belshazzar. All right? Now let Daniel be called, and he will show the interpretation. And by the way, Daniel showed the interpretation because there's only one interpretation, that is Daniel's. All right? Christians can't come and say, oh, this is my interpretation. Your interpretation is not Daniel's. All right? What's the word for interpretation? Pashar. Well, that's from Chaldee origin. So we want to find our better way of saying interpretation, which is not of a Chaldee origin. We want one that is of our own origin. All right? Let's see if we can find one. There we go. Genesis, boom. Our culture, the beginning. 66:23. It was close. Pashar 1. All right? Pashar 1. Right? Pashar 1 is interpretation. It comes from 6622. We're going to get that in a minute. Right? Interpretation. Interpretation. All right, and that is in the Hebrew, Pashar 1. Right, Pashar 1. All right, interpretation is Pashar 1. And it says it comes from, this Hebrew code is 6623. So 6622 is where it says it came from. We're going to see what goes on there. Right? It's going to say interpreter. There we go. Right? Interpreter, which is Pathar. All right? Okay, hold on. So I might have got, it might be Pathar 1 instead, right? You see there too? Pathar 1. Slack you off. Pathar 1. Slip of the tongue, but not of the heart, is what the scripture says, all right? All right, so we just rub out this S right here and put a T. Pathar 1. All right? interpreter. Interpreter. Right? Is pathar. Right? Pathar. I wrote it in Hebrew here. All right? Interpreter is pathar. All right? Now, this one right here. This one right here is not the same as this one over here. Right? How do we know that? Right? How do we know that this one is not the same as this one? Right? There's a one here. Right? This one right here is not really a one. It's just a one. But this one is a one. Right? But question mark.
If I could, sir,
Yeah.
The root word itself.
There you go. The root word itself, go on.
It ends with a R. It ends with.
On which one?
On interpretation.
Yeah.
Interpretation.
Right. Right. So the root word ends with an R, not an R, right? Okay.
So it's not that you're adding the W-A, you're adding the W-A-N.
Right. So in the root word, right, which is just pathar, right? We're adding the whole W-A-N at the end. Whereas this one, the root word already had an N. I don't want to confuse no more. All right? Okay. First of all, we have to know what the one is, right? One. When you see a one, this means you're taking whatever word it is, whatever word is up there, you're turning whatever word into a person, right? Person. What else?
Place or thing.
Place or thing. Right? Thing meaning you might name your car Rosie or something like that. Right? A car is a thing. It's not a person. It's not a place. Right? In your white man schools, in the English language, they call this a noun. Right? All right. So now you have a interpreter, right? Or interpret. Right? See, this is the same for interpret.
Interpret. I got it right here, sir. It's pathar.
It's pathar. Right, good. So we can take the ER off of this. Right? Interpret is pathar. All right? Interpretation is the thing. Right? Interpretation would be like your doctrine. It is a thing. It's something that we know what it is, and we recognize it and we name it. That is the candy cane's interpretation. It is a thing. We named it. Right? This is the purple guy's interpretation. We named it. It's a thing. Over here, that we're labeling that thing. It's not tangible, but I can definitely hear it and I can recognize it, and I can make a difference between that thing and the thing that is ours. I can tell the difference between my car and the question of his car, or my shoes and your shoes, or anything. All right. So one, which is the same one right here, right? Person, place, or thing, right? Now, Lashawan is not a thing. Okay, it is a thing, right? But it's something that is already named. You see what I'm saying? It's not you naming something, right? Unless if you say Lashawan one, now you're talking about a person, place, or thing that you named tongue, whatever. Strange name, right? But nonetheless, Lashawan is not the same as Lashawan one, right? Lashawan, the wa in the middle, like we got the wa down here, right? The wa in the middle. I'm put a dash around it to say this is in the middle of a word, right? This is in the middle of a word. Meanwhile, the other one would just be at the end of the word. All right? Right? So what in the middle of a word? It's in the middle. It's in the middle, right? This is our way of saying I-N-G. All right? So when people come and say Shalom, piecing.
They ain't doing it.
Yeah, right? They're piecing it. They're piecing. It's improper. You know what I mean? It's very improper. You know what I mean? You know. Shalom is the word. Shalom is a tense. Shalayam is also a valid tense in a sentence like shalom. But that is a tense in a sentence. It's not real Hebrew. Big everybody out there, man. Give yourselves a hand, man. I see everybody out there telling these fake Israelites, they're not in the U.P.K. They say that's fake Hebrew. Yo, big up y'all out there, man. I don't care who you are. You're not in the school, but big up yourselves, man, for spreading the truth about that, man. Shalom is not a greeting, man. Shalom is not real Hebrew as a greeting, man. You know what I mean? Brothers in the school and out the school, man, I'm saying big up yourselves, man. You know what I mean? For destroying the heresy out there, man. You know what I mean? That shalom was a great tool in destroying the school too. And helping brothers not get back to the school. That shalom right there, right? See, it seemed harmless. It seemed harmless, but it caused a lot of destruction. You know what I'm saying? Meaning to use nothing like the white man. The white man come with you with a smile. But behind, split a whole family, split a whole nation up. Split a whole family up. The using shalom is as bad as the slave master being the devil. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying that only because he smiles in your face and ruins your life in the background. And shalom ruined a lot of lives of the brothers who could have been saved by Yahawashi, but they got taken by the eagles because their seed was not planted in stony ground, in good ground. They were planted by the stony ground, you know what I mean, without being planted too good. Eagles came and took them away. One of the eagles is the shalom. And the Lord made the eagle one of the symbols of the oppressed of the slave master, or the Caucasian man, the Idumean empires, the Edomites. All right, because they did have a plot to destroy the school with all kind of Jesuits and all kind of stuff. Of course, it's the truth. You know what I mean? And they've been looking for who would bring this truth up again, and they're back causing havoc, causing brothers to, you know what I mean, turn away from the love of America and Christianity and go back to their father's God, man, which is according to the Bible, according to the book of Exodus, is how we get respect unto God, man, how we get respect, the Lord to respect us, man. We return back to our God, right? And the U.P.K did that. F.S. Cherry didn't do that. F.S. Cherry was not teaching the Lord's name. You know what I mean? Them Demona Cats out in Chicago was not teaching the Lord's name. He was teaching, what's his name? He was teaching Yahuwah, when the Lord's name is not Yahuwah. Same way how Daniel's name was Danya Allah. His name was not no other. Daniel's name wasn't Daniel. You see what I'm saying? Solomon's name was not Shlomo. That's how Jewish people say Solomon. They call him Shlomo. Shlomo. When you hear Shlomo, they say Solomon. Right? Solomon's name wasn't Shlomo. Solomon's name wasn't Solomon.
Right.
Right? And who was teaching that? F.S. Cherry wasn't teaching that. Right? Ben Amin's Cats out in Chicago was not teaching that. Right? Yahweh Ben Yahweh was not teaching that. You know what I mean? They didn't know Solomon's name. They didn't know the language to say his name. Solomon's name was SHALAM, which means peace in the sense of security. All right? Right? Why? Security serves people. So you got to they put it in the subservient term, meaning he through him we're supposed to have peace. And we had peace. We had our own kingdom under him. I mean, one day we want that again. And yes, according to the Bible, Yahweh Shai is Solomon reincarnated. All right? Okay. Hopefully we all understand this. If there's anybody else that does not understand this, don't feel shy to ask a question on YouTube. Did we get any fours earlier?
No.
Most sign Christ, all right? If anybody got a question online, this is the time and place for it. We need those questions, bring those questions. Anything anything you're unsure about, anything you're not sure about what I just explained, just point to it, say it, so I can help you, so you know we don't leave you behind. Because that's not what we're into. We're not into leaving each other behind. All right? We got to do the alphabet. Big up the garment department in New York, too. I see Michis everywhere. Good night. You know what I mean? The Lord wanted Michis back. And the Lord brought Michis back. That's it. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, right? Taza, which is the sound of the Ta and the Za in one Hebrew letter, which would ultimately have one Hebrew sound, which will be a Sa. But your baby's talking English, you gotta learn the Taza, right? Learn the Taza so you can understand that this is a Taza, right? Taza, a Tsa, right? This is a Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha, right? How much time we got? Okay, time is 5. Okay. Okay. Swakio. Okay. Lashawan. There was something I want to go into. I can't remember. I had it just at the beginning of the class, man. The ones, yeah? The name of the tribes. Alright? Okay? Oh, before that, well, we gotta get the Lashawan, man. Right? So, Lashawan, right? Lashan, right? Lashan is the word for tongue, right? Now, if there's a wa in Lashan, right? The tongue now becomes a verb, right? When the tongue is now a verb, meaning the tongue is doing something, right? The tongue is not eating. The tongue is doing something, right? Mind you, they call it a tongue. Talking about what? The thing that the tongue is doing, which is creating sounds when you talk. All right? Now, when you talk, everybody has a different tongue, right? I'm trying to ask I don't know how to ask a question. I'm gonna just have to tell you, right? The thing that your tongue does when it is in action, it is called a language, right? So Lashawan, in essence, right, is your language. It's the thing that your tongue is doing, right? It's the verb of the tongue. It's the action of the tongue. The thing that your tongue does, it speaks, right? And every person who speaks a language. Meaning, if you ever try to learn another language, when you try to talk their language, you have to adjust your tongue. Meaning, if you are an Englishman in America and you try to speak Chinese, your accent is going to be strange because you're talking Chinese with an American tongue. So they can hear that you're not Chinese. You have to learn to alter the motion of your tongue, the verb, the doing of your tongue to sound Chinese. Now, Hebrew is the same thing, right? Here's what you didn't know. You brothers and sisters out there, fellow Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, you're not American. You know what I mean? You're not, English is not your language. So when you talk English, you don't talk English like the Englishman. Right. You talk this black American ghetto form of English because you are really a Hebrew, right? So your accent is really the Israelites' tongue, the way of the Israelites' tongue. And people out there will make fun of you and make jokes or even memes about the way how you say things in English because you're not English. Right. Right? You're going to take your dialect, your accent, and you're going to put it back with your language. All right? To get the Lashawan Qadash. Here's the problem with the white man trying to be Jewish. The Jewish man is an actual European. He has a European tongue. The essence from Germany, man. They're from Germany and Poland. So they come with a German, Polish tongue, trying to put our Hebrew language as close on the naked European tongues. And here we got the Yiddish. We got this Boker Tov, Shalom, Boker Tov, Atah, La, Yehudi, all these European vowels with their European accent and dialects. All right? Right? So if you feel like you're ever out of place in America because how you talk is because you don't really belong here. You belong in here, in the truth, and the commandment in YAHANNA to learn the ways of an Israelite because you're not going to learn it anywhere else. You're not going to learn it from another Israelite group. You're not going to learn it from another camp or a church that says we are Israelites in church. Right? That flavor is out there nowadays. Christianity in Israel, all kind of stuff. That flavor is out there. Because of the amazing work of Commandant in YAHANNA. Right? That who serves Yahawashi. You know what I mean? And through the knowledge and the direction of what's written by Yahawashi is how the I.S.U.P.K is formed and maintained. And warning, if you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, don't expect to have that in your local outside groups. Don't expect to receive the same love by them as we would give you. Right. Or the same form of teachings that we would give you. Right? Just expect them to be, expect them to be like a woman. Expect them to be like Eve. Expect them to want them to be like a god. Everything is about them. And they trying to just exalt themselves. Commander in YAHANNA don't exalt himself. He exalts us. Yeah, right. Right? Commander in YAHANNA don't give himself no rank raise. Right. He gives us rank raises. Right. He gives us names. Yeah, right. He doesn't run into all of the battles. When was the last time you see Commander in YAHANNA battle? Right. He puts us into the battle. He makes us get the name. He makes us become the reputable teacher. He makes us to be the reputable Hebrew Academy instructors. You see what I'm saying? He makes us marry the woman. Right. You know what I mean? I don't see Commander in YAHANNA taking none of the woman. You know what I mean? People be, you got the 12 tribes chart because y'all just want to sleep with Latino. I don't see Commander in YAHANNA with no Latino woman. You see what I'm saying? And the doctrine and the 12 tribes chart, he didn't make it. It's not from him.
Right.
A bunch of idiots out there who want to accuse Commander YAHANNA and everything. When it's not even his. He was taught by 7 other men that was above him, who started the school, and he was a student in the school like me and you. And it just gets passed down. Just like any tradition or heritage. Right? Good, right? And the heritage is not after your own understanding. You can't read the Bible yourself and have your own interpretation, your own Patharwan. You can't have your own Patharwan, right? And then call that the truth, right? Then, hey, why don't you ask yourself, if you're so confident that you have the truth, then why would you even doubt that we, who was a brother like you, who also read the Bible, right? Why couldn't we be right? Right? You just have it as that we wrong with no evidence. You come against us, you get crushed. Let me just. I get confused. It's confusion. It's confusion. All right.
We got a question in the chat, sir.
Baba Gashar.
This question from Brother Marshall Moore.
What's going on, Marshall Moore? How about you talk Officer 500.
Officer Lashawan.
If I got it right, I believe this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's Officer 500. All right. Officer 500.
Yeah,
right. I think. Yeah, he's a 500.
The question was, lucky, sir, is Ma'a 100 or 100?
100 and 100, same thing. Right? That's a good question, though. What he's referring to is this word right here, Ma'a, right? Which is the word for 100, right? Now, the reason I say to not get hung up on this is because you have Ishara, right? Ishara, right? Ishara means 10, right? And when I want to say 20, I will say, hold on, you got to write like this, right? And you have to say Ishara Shanya, right? Am I getting that wrong? I think I'm getting it wrong.
I think it's Shanya Ishara.
Shanya. No. Wait. Okay. What's Shanya? What's Shanyam? Shanyam is 20, right? No. What's Shalashyam? Shalashyam. Let's get numbers. Must have been a while. Yeah, it must have been a while. Okay. Let's get some numbers out there. We need a guide. Let's get on the tablet. Let's get some examples on the tablet. Okay, let's just get 30. By Shalashim, I was trying to say 30. Okay, there we go. 7970. Book of Genesis again. 30 years. 30 years Shalashim. All right. I might have been thinking of the teens. That's what it was. Ishara. Shanya Ishara. God. Shanya Ishara. I know it's the same order of the numbers in a way. You're going to say Shanya Ishara. Or is it Ishara Shanya? Okay, so example, so I'm going to write that down. Put Shalashim, Arabai, Kamashim. Right? Shalashim. Right? This is 30.
Yeah.
All right? So Shanyam is 20. Shanyam. right, is 20, right? Now I want 15. There we go. We're gonna find out right now. 15. Qadash, I.S.U.P.K. Okay. Okay. He says Kamasha. Kamsha. Okay, there's another thing that we gotta teach too. There's something called cognate languages, all right? So for now, because we'll be teaching Kamash, I'm gonna just put Kamash. Kamash I.S.U.P.K, he said, right? Kamash I.S.U.P.K. Right? So what I'm putting this on the board, Mashamayash, right? I'm putting this on the board as a way where nobody don't get hung up with the 1A here, man. It's the same thing, right? Ha, CHA or CHAA, please, all right? If I put CA, know what it is, all right? No our way in Y.A.H.K, right? Right? Okay. Now, Qadash I.S.U.P.K is 15, right? Teen meaning the teen in 15 means 10, right? I.S.U.P.K still means 10, right? So if I put Ma'ah as 100, right? Ma'ah means 100. I don't have to put a card 100 to say 100. Ma'ah means 100, all right? If I put Qadash Ma'ah, right? That is going to be 500, right? So don't get hung up. Ma'ah just means 100, all right? So no, you don't have to put a card Ma'ah, right? If you put a card Ma'ah, what might get misunderstood, you might be saying 101. You see what I'm saying? You might be mistaken to be 101, right? But just think of how they talk in the Old English. They will say 3 and 1, right? Or they'll say 50 and 1, right? So let's try to stay in the mind of our record, which is being biblical, right? Take ourselves out of America, but it's a good question to ask, because even myself wasn't sure for a second. I then questioned myself. I knew everything was here a while ago. All right. Good, right? Also, we need to we went over that already. We went over that. I can leave that alone now. All right. Okay. Let me put cognate languages in the bottom so I don't forget. Cognate languages. All right. Okay. We need a dialect check. All right. So we have Ma, and then we have Ma, and then we have Ma. Right? Now, if you were to ever say any one of these, I have to know what the hell you're saying. When you try to say any one of these, I should not be mistaking one for the other or the other for the one. What do I mean? Ma'a means 100. When you say Ma'a, I should not be thinking that you are saying this Ma right here, because Ma is what? It means what? Right? If I say Aquash, let me get ma'ah of that. I'm not saying let me get what of that.
Right.
Now, if I say, I want to say, what is that? You shouldn't be thinking that I'm saying 100 of anything.
Right.
All right? Right? So this pronunciation here is ma'ah. Right? More brothers will say ma'ah. They make it difficult for yourself to talk with the cutting of the word ma'ah. You can do that, but in languages, when you're talking, you have to make things flow.
Right.
Right? So ma'ah, remember now, our language where all languages come from.
Right.
Right? Arabic came out of us.
Right.
Chinese came out of us.
Right.
You know what I mean? What else? English, Spanish, French came out of our language. Yeah.
I was going to say in more ways than one, sir.
In more ways than one, absolutely. You know what I mean? So now, Indian language came out of us. How do I know that? Because our language was first.
Right.
All right? Ma means of. All right? That's what ma means. Ma means of. All right? So, example. Everyone knows this. Ma shamka. Right? Okay. Right before we get there. Just so you can understand how to say this. This is ma. Ma. So you'll say ma yog. Or you'll say ma shamar. Right? Good. There's a H on this one over here though. This H is to be pronounced. How do you do that? You don't say ma like this one. You don't say ma. You say ma. There's a umphal on your throat to say that, the ha sound. Because it's a ha sound. Ma. There's ma and ma. Ma, ma. Right? Now this one over here, this is not a H sound. This is a R sound. R is like a A. All right? So we're in essence saying is you're saying a M sound onto a sound. So there's a ma, right? For the ma, right? And there is a R sound behind it. So ma, ah, ma, ah. Right? Ma, ah, ma, ah. So there has to be a wave sound in your talk. Ma, ma, right? And that means 100. All right? Ma, so this is ma, ma, ma. Right? So I'm from down here going up. Ma is of. Ma is what? Ma is 100. Right? Ma, ma, ma. All right? Good, right? Is there another one? Of course, they have la, which is 2. And they have la, which is no. Right? What else is there? Anything that be a letter by itself would be either it would be a possessive, a preposition rather, right? A preposition. So look within prepositions. You're gonna have, of course, you're gonna have the na, which is just onto words. We haven't figured out what the na is yet, right? So just hold on before you can steal that from us two infidels out there, right? You can steal that from us right next week. You know what I mean? We don't mind. We the class for everybody, all Israelites. You know what I mean? The na, I can't remember what the na is right now, but it's something to do with some kind of tense on the word too. We ain't figured it out. I need more time. We got a lot going on here in New York. We got big things, brothers building up themselves. The brothers coming to the office coming up. Brothers of Hebrew Academy for yourselves, you know what I mean? So we carry brothers, you know what I mean? Brothers getting strong, brothers getting built up in the spirit, all right? All right? So for that, we need more time on the now, right? Also, over the weekend, if Masha Mayash, if you could put in the teachers group for me to remind me about the nah, because I really want to get that out of the way. We want to master the Hebrew, guys. Right? The scripture said to strive for master it and to be temperate in all things. So all things Hebrew, we have to get that one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? We have to get to the talking. We got all the tools we need. I think we good for quite from all the tools. I think we have enough to actually get to spin out here. You know what I mean? We just need some more. We need more fuel to get the engine going in all of the machines, which is the brothers, which is us. All right? Okay, so let's think of prepositions. Yeah.
Also, Mashma.
Yeah.
Said there's a Salaki said there's a ba and a ba'a as well.
So wow, there we go. That's a good one right there. Let me get on the board. I'm gonna erase this right here. Okay, I'm gonna erase this too. We're done with this too. Okay. Ba. Can you see it on the computer? The ba right here. Ba is in. Right? You have ba, ba, which means, Mashama, what does ba mean? You know what this means. Come on. What does ba mean? What does ba mean? Remember? What? What? You ain't hear right now yet? Okay. But you're absolutely right. They are the teachers Hebrew Academy?
Nah.
Okay, maybe they don't need it. I don't know. It'll be good to know though.
All they say is the top.
Huh?
All they say is the top.
Go to the top?
The top.
Or the top?
The top.
The top.
That's all they say.
That's not something you come across often in service. What does the top mean?
Drop.
Oh, good. Nice. Good. We don't read drop too much in the service. You know what I mean? Moses might have been more kind to y'all. Who y'all got against something right now?
It's usually Officer Slayala, Officer Karab, Officer Walker.
God, big up to those 5,000 in New York, man. Officer Kwargabar, Officer Karab, Officer Shalaya. Give it to them brothers, man. All right. Instructor Hebrew Academy, right? Ba is in. Ba'a is come. All right. Ba'a. All right. And it's cool that you're learning those words in the Hebrew Academy too, because they're gonna hear it all the time. And when you hear it all the time, that is vocabulary that sticks with you.
Right.
All right. Another preposition. We're gonna go down in the alphabetical order. All right. We have the. As a matter of fact, I might need the concordance for this.
Ah.
I is I.
I was gonna say la.
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 Come. All right. Let's get on the board, right? La is two. Right? And then we have la, which is no. No. Or even not. Right? You gotta think of an un-American black man probably talking to some kind of pop or some Creole. No and not is the same thing. It would just be no, right? And it'll be like, yo, we don't have that. We don't have that. You know what I mean? Spanish, same thing. Yo, no say. Right? I don't know what you're saying. What question mark?
Officer Jamal says he's in the Hebrew Academy 2022 class as well.
Correct. Musa and Craig. Look up the book. Also, Mashamayash. You know what I mean? Get busy, man. You know what I mean? And by the way, he's locked up. Right. He's in prison.
No excuses.
Doing Hebrew Academy. No excuses, though. You know what I mean? If you wanted to be Hebrew Academy, there's nothing out there that's stopping you.
Damn right.
All right. All right. Okay, so as we know, we like to get to our Kindle. We use our Amazon Kindle for our shortcut to another Strong's Concordance on here, right? Because now I don't gotta flip through no pages. All I gotta do is I wanna look for da, right? We got da. I want to see if there's a da there. I want to see if the da is a word. Yes, it said there is. Aramaic corresponding to this one or another, but it's Aramaic. So we're gonna ignore that for now. All right? Because the Aramaic is not exactly our Hebrew unless it's gonna be in the first 5 books. If I put 1668 in the first 5 books, if it comes up like that, then we'll consider it. 1668, right? What comes up? The book of Daniel, which is Babylon. Not valid for us right now. We don't want to learn Babylon.
Right.
We don't want to learn America right now. We want to learn Abraham.
Damn right.
We want to learn Isaac and Jacob right now. You know what I mean? Okay. So what's next down there? We got Abba, Ba. I wonder if there's a Ba with a H. I don't know if that's a word right there. Ba and a Ha. We saw one earlier that says Inda, right? Baha. But that's not what we really want, right? I got car, right? That's the wrong one. Ba. Ha. Where you go right here? We got Bahawa, which is void. This is the word that they use in Genesis 1:1 or around so, right? When you talk about creation and stuff, that's not what we want, right? Ba, ga, da, ha, wa. Right, so let's try the wa. This one don't got neither. We got the wa though, which is the hook, which is the letter which is the word for the Hebrew character, the wa, which is a fish's hook, right? It's like a prong that looks like this. All right. Abagada hawa za, right? Now za is not its own word, but za with a zah means this, right? Abagada hawa za ka ta ya, right? So let's see if there's a you got ya, right? Ya is a good explanation too, because you've seen this probably once or twice, right? When people write YAH, you might see on the end of a lot of brothers' names. I'm gonna explain that right now, right? We have Ya, right, which means he or it before the word, right? He or it, right? Before the word. I'm gonna write it so no one don't get confused, right? Before word, right? Or it means my, right? My after word. We call the afterword a possessive. We call the before a word a preposition, a preposition. Right? Ya means he or it before the word. Ya means mine after the word. Right? Now you've seen this before. You've seen this. Ya. Right? Now, Yah is not the Lord's name. Right? Yah is what people use to say to represent the Lord's name by not actually saying the Lord's name.
Right.
Right? This is what you call not using the Lord's name in vain. In vain. Right? Meaning, if you know anybody that puts the Lord's actual name, which is this, right? Right? This is the Lord's actual name. YAHANNA. Right? It will be spelled like this. Right? This is the Lord's actual name. Right? They're writing this, only this part right here, to not say his whole name. Why? Because if you say his name, he will be there while you're smoking weed. If you write his name on a shirt, he will be there. What are these things like groups doing? They're buying prostitutes and in the strip club, smoking weed, getting high on coke, all kind of nasty stuff they're doing out there. Having threesomes, having sex with white girls, birthdays. I don't know, but they have been doing a whole lot of mess. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping with the sister and throwing her away, being evil to her brother, thinking evil about her brother, sleeping with transsexuals. Yes, thinking like they are doing that out there. They are doing that. I think they do it so much it came up in the news. Right. That's how much they do that. They gay. They out there being gay. Right. I mean, a lot of them out there being gay. You see what I'm saying? And they might have this on the T-shirt. You know what I mean? They might, say when they don't need to, using the Lord's name in vain. All right. So to not use the Lord's name in vain, right? You hear David say Yah and not Yahweh, right? To not use the Lord's name in vain, because it's to not use the Lord's name in vain. Meaning you gotta not say the Lord's name. This is not the Lord's name. Right. All right. So cats, you see fake Israelites out there. They'll put Yahweh on their on a headpiece. They'll put it on a stick. They would what they do again for question mark? I've seen cats out there in New York put it on their car as a vinyl on their car. They'll write it on the pages of the Bible, right across. They close the book, and on the side when the pages are closed, they write Yahweh on the pages, right? All those things are gonna get dirty and dingy and old. The Lord's name don't get old. Have some more respect for the Lord's name, right? Yeah, right. All right, that's what you should do, right? Don't use the Lord's name in vain. It's a law in the Bible. Right. Okay, hold on. Okay. If it's not that, then what is using the Lord's name in vain? You explain that to me then. If it's not that, right? But on the commandment in YAHANNA, right? As you get taught here in I.S.U.P.K, right here in these seats, right here in New York, where we sat. You know what I mean? We learned to not use the Lord's name in vain, and this is it. And the examples in the Bible to not use the Lord's name in vain is where you see Yah. All right? It's to not say the Lord's name because it's not the Lord's name. Yes.
Officer Mashamar said on their profile picture on Facebook.
On their profile picture on Facebook. You see what I'm saying? On a brother's name. You will never say Yahweh on a brother's name. Right? You have a brother in the scriptures called Ben-Ayah. Right? And it will say it means Bana is the word which means build. Bana means build. Right? That's a good word to know too. Bana, you're going to see that a couple times. Right? Bana means build. All right? Bana means build. All right? Benaniah, his name means built up by the Most High, right? And I think they have it as, okay, Israelite so. Ba, na, ya, bana, ya. It's written like that. All right? So, if you don't know Hebrew, you say, like you do, like you regularly do in your Lashawan, that you spell it out, and you say, Ba, na, ya, ha, wa. That's wrong. Why? Because when you say Yahweh, you are pronouncing the Lord's name, and you're not supposed to use the Lord's name in vain. You don't put the Lord's name on a man. All right? His name will be Ban Yahweh. Ban Yahweh. Because Ban Yahweh is a functional name. You can say over and over. Ban Yahweh. Ban Yahweh. Right? And that's why they put the Yah there to make sure that there's a Yahweh. To make sure that you're not confused that this is not a Yah, but to say my son or something like that. Right? It's to say it's the Lord's name. Right? But not use his name in vain. Right? It represents the Lord's name, Ban Yahweh. You see this a couple of times. You have Matthew. Right? Matthew. You have can't think of any other names right now, right? But that's to not use the Lord's name in vain. All right? So his name is like Ben-I or something. Right? Ben. This is the name I'm talking about right here. Beniah. Something like this. Right? If you come across this word in the scriptures, that name right here, this is what I'm talking about, right? It's written like so. Yahweh. Why? Because the Lord's name is not Yahweh. And the Lord's name is not Yahweh. Right? The Lord's name is Yahweh. All right? So don't use the Lord's name in vain. The pronunciation on purpose is to not say the Lord's name in vain. Right? It's to make sure that you don't say Yahweh, you say Yahweh. All right? Good. So we have Yah, which is he or it, at the beginning of a word, and then you have Yah, which is a representation of the Lord's name, which is not the Lord's name. All right? Now let me see if there's a Yah. Let me see if there's a Yah. You see something right here? Yah. And there is a Yah. All right? So now we have Yah. And this means to be suitable. All right? We need some examples of that. All right? So this is 2969. We're going to look for 2969 in the scriptures. 2969. Only in Jeremiah, right? Okay, so it says appertain. We need some more help with the word appertain. Appertain definition. Come on. Who the hell is Caitlin? Yo. Appertain definition. I might got a Jamaican ass English accent, man. My fault, y'all. You know what I mean? Appertain definition. Put in my white voice for y'all.
To relate to or concern.
It's to what? To relate or to concern, right?
Relate to concern.
Okay. So to relate or to concern, to relate to or to concern. Okay. Okay, we can do something there because now what is there's the word relate in the scriptures in English? I've never come across the word relate, right? So appertain might be our way of saying relate or pertaining to a car, for real, right? Let's put relate in there to see if anything comes up. No words, all right? So appertain is not a word that we're familiar with. So we're gonna put for we're gonna say to relate. All right? Means relate. Yeah, I relate to this. I appertain to this. All right? Relate or concern, right? I'm related to this. I'm concerned to this matter right here. Right? Good. So we got new vocabulary on the board. Most in Christ. All right? We got to get all these small ones. So these small ones is key because the small ones is the one that you're gonna remember. All right. By the way, nah with an N. Nah means now. That's a good word to know too. Nah equals now. This is how you say now in Hebrew. Okay. Good. 20 minutes to class. All right. Did I get Mashama? I asked this question earlier. What's the question again? Okay, come. Okay. Abagada hawaza taya ka. So now we have the ka, right? With the K-A-H. K-A-H. Okay. Right? Ka, K-A. This means like in the sense of as, meaning simile. Right? In English, you call it a simile, like or as, right? Just in case, I know a lot of brothers out there, you know what I mean? Raised rough. You ain't get to go to school. You might not have heard this or learned this. You might have. But for the sake of, so we're on the same page, simile is like or as, meaning he shines like the sun. He is blue like the water. He is happy like the kids. He is, or you can say, he is as the kids, right? Even though you say as, it's like saying like, because you're not saying that he is the kid. He's as the kid, meaning he might be playful or something. It's what do you call it? A describing word, an adjective. Oh my gosh, yeah. All this English curriculum, right? Simile, like or as, right? Like or as, shine like the sun, hot like fire, cold like ice, right? Simile, right? And that's the ka, right? You wanna get the hot like ice, hot as it's in the prayers. Do the prayers. In the prayers right now. Okay, hold on 1 second, right? Let them, something like the wheel, Kagalgala, Ka'ash, Tabi Yaira. Right? Okay. See if we can find it. It's not this one. It's the one where the Lord was cursing the nations because God did not love everybody. And in the prayers, Psalms is saying to not love everybody. The Lord, the straight up, the prayers to the Lord is to wish death upon the heathens. That Ka'ash right here, that Ka'ash, right? That Ka is like or as. Ash is fire. Sabayira, Yaira. Wa, Ka. Right? That Ka right there again. That Wa is and, that Ka is like or as. This is Psalms 83. We're in verses 14 right now. Right? Let me go up a little bit because there's some more cars all up in there. Say it again. Kagalgala. We got Wakaza Aba. We got Kamadian. Right? Okay. So we got verse 4. Let's not do 4. Let's get when it gets right down to the Qadash and the Qadat. Right? Okay, so we got 9. We got Kamadian. I know the Madian is supposed to be the Midianites. Right? Verse 9. Do unto them as is the same as that we got here. Right? So that as, when it says do unto them as, right, in verse 9, right? That as is right here. That's the ka. To say like or as. Right? Aisha is a good word too. This is do. Aisha is do or make. This is a word you're going to come across all the time. Right? Aisha. Right? Aisha. Sometimes they write it like this. Sometimes they write it with a H. A lot of times you're going to see it with no H. Right? Sometimes you might see it with a H. A lot of times you do see it with a H. I'm going to put an H. Right? This means to do, right, or to make. All right? Right? Do, right? Aisha to do, right? Laham, la is to, and ham is our possessive way of saying them, right? Do to them. Ka is like or as. Madian is media, the Midianites, right? Which is like people in who the Midianites again? Media. The Medes, the Persians, the Medes. Who's the Persians? The Persians is, I think it's Iran, right? Or who's Saddam Hussein? Saddam Hussein said, "Hey, Mother Persia." Right? Syria is the Assyrians. Iran or Iraq? Iraq. We went to war in Iraq. Iraq, right? Bush said Iraq, the Iraqis, right? So okay, so there you go. Media, the Madians, the Midianites, is the Iraqis. There we go. All right. So do to them as the Iraqis. Right? There you go. A whole new meaning to the Bible now. Bible ain't no fairy tale book no more. It ain't no book you sit there and just don't understand nothing about it. Right? Ka. Here's a car again. Ka meaning as. Right? Ka. Saya Sara'ah. Saya Sara'ah is another people. Saya Sara'ah is to say Sisera. I don't know who Sisera is right now. Ka, there you go. Ka again. Ka is like or as. Yabian is, who is going to call out here, is Jabin. I don't know who Jabin is right now. Ba Nakal. Ba is in. Nakal is, what's Nakal again? Nakal is like a river or something, right? Nakal is a river, a downstream river. It could mean generations. Right? What is it on here? Do unto them as the Midianites, as the Sisera, as the Jabin, at the brook. Huh? It's water, right? Right. So that Nakal right here is the brook. Brook is like a small river. Right? Brook of Kisan, and that Kisan is Lashawan. Right? Koyashwan. And there you go. There's another example. Kishon, Kison, right? That O-N is the one. All right? So that's the tool for all English names and everything you've heard all your life. The O-N is a one. It's a tool of making things become a person, place, or thing. So now the word Kishon is made from is Koyash. Koyash is the word. One is naming the people after the word. All right, good, right? We got enough examples, right? But Ka is like as. Right? Good, right? As a preposition, meaning before the word. Right? Now, as after the word, Ka means yours, your. Right? Or sometimes even you. Right? After the word, right? After. If it's written joined to a word at the end of the word, that's what it is. Right? So you understand, right? Ka. Right? Good. Now, is there a ka? A K-A-H? We're going to find out right now. Okay, AC kind of high. I'm going to code now. Okay. Let's see if there's a ka, a K-A-H here. Ka. I don't see ka, zaya, ka, taya, ka. Oh, there's a ka right here. There we go. Ka. We got ka ha out here. To be weak. Dal. Okay. So we got a ka from the prefix ka, properly like this. That's what it is. It was whenever you see thus saith the Lord or something like that, ka was always thus. When you see thus in the scriptures, that's that. All right, ka is always thus. Right? If anybody don't understand what thus means, just ask and I explain it. Right? But I assume that everybody understand that thus means it's like what you're saying, like this thing. But it's not saying this. It's stating the thing that's being said. So this is the saying of him, right? Because now, of course, now we have za, where za means this, like this chair, za, or this person, za. All right? Bukwash.
So thus would be like he said.
Yeah. Or thus saith the Lord, or something like that. All right? See, there's a ka here. There's no ka. Okay. Ka. There's no ka. Right? So we got ka and ka. Right? Good. Ka, ka, ka. Ka, ka. All right? What's next? Abba, Gada, Hawaza, Ka, Taya, Ka. La, we got la already. Right on place. So ka, la. Ma, we had ma already. Na. Nah. Let me see if is there a na in there? There's a na in there. Oops, I see some. Nah. Okay, well that's crying. Unusual meaning to lament. We're not gonna learn that. We're not gonna get confused with that right now. Lamana sa. Okay, let me get the brother's question if I could. Question mark.
It says lucky, sir. So Yahweh would be relating.
Yahweh. There's a brother called Yahweh in school. Yahweh. Let me put to see. Okay, if you say Yah and you say Yahweh to me, I would know that you mean relating.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, is there a word relating in the scriptures? We gotta be safe. We gotta. There's no word for relating in the scriptures. What was the word he said? Appertain, right? What about pertaining? right? When it says a word for pertaining, it's gonna give me the preposition all the time. Here's how you know, because behind pertaining there's no Hebrew word, right? It's gonna go right to what pertaining unto the children of Israel. So when it says children of Israel, they'll put the Shah probably in front of the children, or something, or who knows, right? So it's gonna put the Shah, it's gonna put the tense in front of the word children, or the to say banya makir, right? We're gonna say Shah Allah or something like that. So we're not gonna be able to identify right now. So I'll say yes. Right? Relating, yes. I'll do it. Yawa relating. Ya relate. Yawa relating. Yaya. So that's a rough one right there. You get a little confusing with the yayas out there. Right? Yaya. Because now the ya, if you say yaya to me, ya is gonna say he relate. Because ya is he, relate is ya. Not sure, right? Here, just make sure that you say things that can be easily distinguished. Meaning, make things easy for me to make out what you're saying, right? Don't talk like a foreigner to me, right? Talk to me in our language, in the way that we talk, all right? So now, if it becomes a thing where we always say to say I relate, he was related, or that was related to this, or what I mean, then maybe, what I mean, but okay. We are 7 minutes to the end of class. All right. Okay, so we got sa'a, a certain measure. Okay, for me to use the word measure, I have to get the most common word for measure. If sa'a is not the most common word for measure, we don't want to use sa'a. All right. So we have 4060. All right. That's the common word for measure. Right, which is madad. Right, it's used for measure 47 times. So we're not gonna learn sa'a. Lamana sa'ai ha taza kwa ra. Let me see ra. So we got ra'a. Right. Let me see if there's a ra in here. We can teach a ra'a, if there is a ra. All right. There's no ra. Right. Ra'a means to see. Right. Ra'a means see. Ra'ash means head. Ra'a means see. All right. I'm gonna put it over here. Ra'a means to see. Okay. That's a good one to know too. Because you already know Shamai. Shamai means to hear. Ra'a means to see. Right. Akal means to eat. Words that you should have known already through these classes on Friday nights from New York headquarters. All right. Lamanasa aipataza kwa ra sha. Sha is gonna be a good one. All right. Okay. I don't mean to erase Yah God, but Yah is not the name of the Lord, so I have to erase Yah God off the board. All right. So once again, Yah is not the Lord's name. It's short it's a shorter version of the Lord's name. Shorter version meaning it's not the Lord's name. It's to not use the Lord's name in vain. All right.
That's how you said the word just now. When you recite the alphabet to yourself, when you see who you was at.
Oh, come. It sounds like you're talking a language out there. Yeah. Our language is heavy, man.
What's that word?
Good. Pertaining, right? This is a sha is our preposition to say pertaining to, right? And you write this before the word, join to the word before the word, just like all prepositions do, right? Before, trying to make sure I write legible for y'all. Before, right? Before the word, right? Right? Now let me see if there's a sha. I've seen a sha in here before. A sha. Okay, there is sha or shaya, right? And it says, from through the idea of pushing out to graze, a member of a flock, a sheep. There you go. It was a sheep or something like that, right? Sha. It wasn't exactly a sheep. A sha was like a small sheep or a goat. There you go. Right? A sha is a small sheep or a lamb. We're gonna say a lamb. Right? Of course, there's another way to say sheep. So someone is gonna say, so it's not that Isaiah, what's the Isaiah's goat, right? What's the proper word for sheep again? Good night.
Sheep and lamb is the same thing.
Lamb is a baby sheep.
A lamb is a baby sheep.
A lamb is a baby sheep. Yeah, just like a kid is a baby goat, right? We got 6629 is the common one, right? Taza'an is sheep. That's not the one I wanted. Korah, what's the concordance? What scripture is that?
I'm not in the scriptures yet. This is 3775. This is in Genesis.
Kashab. There we go. That's the main word for sheep. Right? Let me make sure, because that's written 9 times. Let me see this one again. 6629. It's Taza'an. Taza'an is the word for sheep 110 times. Taza'an wins. Right? So sheep is Taza'an.
That's 3535.
This one right here? This one is 6629. What's the other one you had? Three what?
The one I'm looking at,
no sweat. I know it's Kashab, right? Yeah, Kashab is another way of saying sheep. Kashab sounds like something else. So I'll take
3532.
Kashab, you have Yashab. Yashab is to live or dwell or to sit. Yashab, so you say Yashabia, right? So I don't want to get brothers mixed up, right? So Tazan is sheep, all right? Shah is lamb. Lamb is a baby sheep. I believe they call a baby cow a ewe or something like that. A ewe can be a baby any mammal. Ewe of lambs, or ewe of goat. Okay, let's keep moving, right? Let's see if there's a sha'ah out there. Okay, there's no sha'ah. Okay, no problem. What's the last one? A tha. All right, a tha. Is there a tha? There's no thahawa. No, that's not it. Is there a tha'a? There is a tha'a. It's a chamber or a room. That'd be good to know. But that's not the main word for a room, and I don't wanna put our vocabulary in a way that's too out of the way, because it says right here in the concordance, Ezekiel 40:12. All right, so that we don't necessarily want to abandoned everything before Ezekiel. So a chamber, right? A chamber is what? Okay, let's get the Hebrew on there. A chamber is 43:30, 23:10. Qadar, right? Chamber 21 times, right? Qadar. Let me see if there's any other ones. A bed chamber, meaning bedroom, right? Ma shakab. See, and you've got shakab. I don't want the kashab and the shakab to get mixed up. All right? Mashakab. Mashakab is a bedroom. All right? So those are good ones. Those are good words right here. Right? Qadar. Qadar. Qadar is a room. Right? Shakab. Shakab is a bedroom. You want to tell your kids, go to your room. Who's been in class more than a little bit? I want to say to a child, go to your room. Well, your room wouldn't be any other room. It will be the bedroom, right? So how will you tell your child to go to your bedroom? Everyone online, get it. We're about to done class. Everyone online, right? With all the things you learn in this class right here. I mean, go to your bedroom. Let's go, Israelites. Fellow Hebrew speakers. Let me hear what you got, fellow Israelites. You sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, descendants of Eber, go to your bedroom. What's the word for bedroom? Bedroom is mashakab. Let me check and make sure before I regret the whole night and day of the whole week and a week that I might have made a slight mistake in shakab. I got it right. Mashakab. Right? Go to your bedroom. Mashakab is bedroom. How do I say go to your bedroom? I got a clue on the board already. Good night. Right? You already know how to say to. La is to. Right? Go to your bedroom. You hear this all the time. You in a town, a black town, a black place, a black area, a black hood in your city. And always an Arab in there telling someone to go, 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 go. And you'll say, what do they say for question marks? You heard it before? He'll be beating his Arabic servant over here and say, yeah.
It's y'all something, right?
Yeah, it is y'all something. They'll say, yalla.
Yalla, right?
Yalla. They'll say, yalla.
Yalla also means walk, though, right?
Yalla also means walk.
I was going to use that, but I thought it was another word for go.
Yeah, walk to your bedroom.
Yeah,
go to your bedroom. Yalak is go. I believe, what's halak again? Halak is something too, right?
I think halak is go. I think yalak is go.
Okay. Is that what it says?
That's what I got in my notes.
Okay, for sure. Halak, a primitive root to walk. So halak is walk. So yeah, go to your bedroom and then you say, walk on, boy. Get to walking. You know what I mean? All that good stuff. Halawak will be walking. All right? All right? No, we got nothing online. Nobody tried.
Go off some martial
I know he got it. You know what I mean? My Yash is a Hebrew scholar, man.
He put Yalak, La Kadar.
Say it again.
Yalak, La
Your luck to say. Okay, hold on. Remember, boy, it sounds close. It sounds close. So it sounds very close. Okay. He said your luck. Right? Your luck means to go. Right? He says la atha
Kadar.
la atha. Right? Because la means to, and then atha means you. Right? And then he put qadar, right? He put qadar.
Is it?
Right?
Is it?
Because that's room.
Right.
All right? Yeah.
Is it Yalak, La Mashabka, Ya Mashabka Ka?
That was it right there. That's it. Your lock, la mashakab ka. Or okay, you see how it's hard to say mashakab ka? Because it's too rough there. You gotta put a buffer.
Right.
So you put a ya. Mashakab yaka. Mashakab yaka. Right? So this is very close. Go to your room. You're not from this country. Right? But it's good try though. We appreciate that was a strong effort there though. You know what I mean? For real. Big up to Mashamaya. Close. But remember, your is a tense. Alright? So anytime you want to get to your, you want to put the put that over here. Because you're gonna put the car here. Alright? If you had said Yalak La Kadar cup or Kadaya cup, right? Then you know what I mean you would have had the willing answer even with this, because Kadar is room. Right? But bedroom would be Yalak. Right here, it would be Yalak. Yalak La Mashakab Yakab. Right? Mashakab Yalak La Mashakab Yakab.
Officer Mashamal had a question.
Ka.
He said, I use la as a preposition instead of ka as a possessor.
But la as a preposition means what?
I was gonna write to him, but I no.
He means you. He means you as a preposition. Okay, he's probably getting a little mixed up, but he put la and the tha will be together. So he's saying to you. Okay, usually, remember now, we got these prayers here, right? These prayers give us a good insight of how he will say things, right? So, where is that right here? Okay, right here, right? Right here we have laka, right? Because atha is very formal. It's like we say that to bless each other and stuff, right? But laka also means to you. All right. So go to you room. Okay, it's not really our way of saying things. Because you want to emphasize on, even in the sense laka to say to you, it's to you. But that's not just saying to your room, right? Your go to room of yours, right? That's how our framing is. I know it's rough. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take. We have to weave ourselves back into this. We've been away from our culture for a long time, not even more than 400 years. Because before this, we was out in Africa talking Arabic and all the African stuff. So we've been away from our culture from before Africa. Right. And I mean, we are a long way from home. You niggas is lost. So lucky, you know what I mean? But by you niggas, I mean me, myself also. We are far away, far far away from home. You know what I mean? So good effort still, mashallah, yes, you know what I mean? But question mark, you know what I mean? To our job too, you know what I mean? For sure. Right? Yalak kla mashakad yaka. Right? Or yalak kla kadar yaka. Right? Either way. Yalak means go, la means to, kadar, rule. Yalak kla kadar. Yalak kla. See? Now that's how our language sounds. Every language have their own sounding. The Chinese gonna have the ching chong, ching chong, ching chong. Right? Our one is yalak kla kadar yaka. All that yalak, that's us. Arabic got the fake version, the salam alaikum, because that comes from our tongue from Abraham, right? So even though we Abraham's son and we have the inheritance, the Arabics have a fake version of they have the shadow image of our culture. That's what has on the board cognate languages, because I want to get cognate languages. We're not going to get into examples of cognate languages, but this is an example of cognate languages, right? Cognate language. Oh, come on. Here the first cognate language. Okay, here we go. All right, let me get a little large for y'all. Okay, cognate. Linguistics, because we are talking about language. Language is linguistics, right? Having the same linguistic derivation as another, right? So Hebrew, right, for the Israelites, the sons of Isaac, right, and Arabic, the sons of Ishmael, we both derived from Abraham. And Abraham had a tongue. 2 nations came out of Abraham at that point, more than 2, but in focus is 2, us and these Arabs. And we derive from him, all right? From the same original word or root. So we will say shalom, they will say salam. We will say akia, they will say aki. We will say yalak, they will say yala. We will say what's the numbers again? We will say what's 9? 9 tashai. We will say tashai. They will say tisha. We will say 8 is what shamana, right? We will say shamana. They will say talamania. Stuff like that, all right? There's a clear similarity, and that is cognate language, all right? What a formal way of cognate means? The formal way of cognate is related or connected, right? We're not really connected, we're separated, but people can see a connection between our languages, all right? Right. And with that, I pass the class to also 500 for question mark. Clap it up for the class.
The I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of every increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund is a free will offering for a priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, be sure to check the back of your bulletin boards of your school to see the upcoming holy convocations. I believe the next one is in November. Was it November 20th, 28th?
Hanukkah, right?
Oh, concert.
I'm not sure. It's going to be around that time, though.
for the dedication, right?
Don't worry about it right now, right? Don't worry about that. Right
28th.
It's 28th?
Come, so it's November 28th. It's a kind of feast of dedication.
Okay. November 28th. Okay, come.
If anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants.
Also, for Hanukkah, right? We're gonna be trying to go to the gun range.
Mm.
We're not gonna say where,
Right.
but we will be going
Damn right.
to one near us.
Damn right.
Right, so brothers nearby, New York, Philly, Boston, Jersey, you know what I mean? Just heads up from now, right?
Damn right.
Most time correct.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, men of Israel, Majim, I'll give one courteous salute, close up the class. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh, Shabbat, Yajim Matah, dismissed.